My child, stop for a moment, breathe. Before trying to explain what you're feeling, before trying to make sense of what you're facing, before trying to convince yourself that everything is okay, just listen. This message is for you. Right now, it's not about appearances. It's not about what others can see. It's about what's inside you. That heaviness weighing on your chest. That silence crying out for answers. That desire to keep going even when you have no strength. It's about what happens when no one is watching, when your eyes are open but your heart is fighting to carry on. I am here in this very moment. I'm not far away. I'm not absent. I'm with you. Even when loneliness seems bigger than faith, even when everything feels stuck, heavy, repetitive, even when you wake up exhausted despite having slept, I am present. I see the tears no one notices. I see the effort you make not to fall apart. I see you smile to protect those you love, even while carrying wounds you don't know how to explain. I see when you think about giving up, not because you've lost your faith, but because the pain feels too great to bear alone. I see you, and even now, I hold you. I am the one who never lets go of your hand, the one who remains when everyone else leaves, the one who knows your heart even better than you do. And that's why today, I speak to you. Listen closely to what I'm about to reveal. This is not just another message, it's a reminder, a call, an answer to prayers you no longer know how to pray. You've been seeing yourself through the eyes of pain, measuring yourself by silence, pauses, and unanswered results. But I see you through the eyes of truth. And the truth is this: you are being shaped even when you didn't realize it. You are stronger than you think. Not because everything went right, but because you stood firm when everything told you to stop. What's growing in you now is the fruit of all you faced in the dark, in secret, in the hidden places. What I build in silence has more value than anything the world applauds. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. You were not punished. You were being positioned. You are not being left behind. You are being launched forward. Many around you don't understand what you're going through. Even you ask yourself if you lost time. If it was all in vain, you wonder, did I fail? Did I go too far to return? You ask in silence, and I answer with full authority. You are exactly where you need to be. You didn't waste time. You didn't waste your days. You grew even in barren places. You bore fruit in dry land. I see you maturing through your tears. I see you maturing through your tears. I see you growing stronger without an audience. I see you becoming someone trustworthy in the eyes of heaven. You are not forgotten, you are hidden. And there is a great difference. To forget is neglect. To hide is strategy. I'm hiding you because I'm still working on parts of your life that cannot be exposed before the right time. But now the signs are changing. You feel it, even if you don't fully understand it. That restlessness you've been feeling is not discomfort. It's a warning, a preparation. It's the sound of heaven saying, get ready. The time of emergence has come. And no, you won't need to promote yourself. Heaven itself will push you where you need to be. What I've placed in you is not for ordinary times. It's for this very moment, and it is eternal. What you carry inside is a seed of eternity. That's why it doesn't fit in small places. That's why you don't fit where others settle. You stumble, you fall, you doubt, but you never turn your heart away from me. Even when everything feels out of place, you keep coming back. You keep calling me, you keep seeking me. And that, my child, holds great weight in heaven. I did not choose you for your perfection. I chose you for your surrender, because I see a heart that still says yes, even without understanding, a heart that stays open even when wounded. And that is the kind of heart I can use. I will never give up on you. I never did, not even when you thought it was too late, not even when you believed you had gone too far. I already knew every crack in your soul before I called you, and still I chose you, not for your skills, but for your willingness. And today I say it clearly, the call still stands, the promise is still alive, the vision is still valid. Nothing you've been through has made me change my mind about you. On the contrary, it's confirmed that you are trustworthy. You're still standing, even after all the battles, and that is worth more than any visible medal. You look back and wonder why it hurt so much, why some seasons seemed endless. But today I tell you, it was formation, it was training, it was the foundation being built for what is to come. You were not forgotten, you were being refined. The pain you endured carved out a place in you for compassion, for authority, for discernment. That kind of authority isn't learned from books. It's earned in dawn prayers, in days when all you had was raw faith. You were faithful when no one saw you. You were loyal, even when misunderstood. You stayed even when everything inside you wanted to run. And now I tell you, you no longer need to use pain as a shield. It has fulfilled its purpose. It has revealed what needed revealing. It has formed what needed forming. Now you can let go of the pain. You can breathe deeply and move forward. Because what looked like weakness was actually the root of your authority. And now that root is ready to bear fruit. The time has come. It's no longer about passive waiting, but about active response. What was being prepared is being released. The signs are everywhere. Connections forming, doors opening, subtle confirmations speeding up what once moved slowly. This is no coincidence, this is harvest. This is the answer to the seeds of obedience you sowed on your hardest days. You won't need to justify yourself. The fruit will speak for you. The evidence will show that the process was worth it. And when that happens, don't exalt yourself. Reverence, protect what you carry, honor what you've been entrusted with. Start small, start with your days. Start by listening to my voice before any other. Let my word truly nourish you, not out of obligation. Walk with space to hear me, with room to obey, with reverence for what is now unfolding. My child, now you are no longer building from fear, you are constructing from revelation. Pain has become the foundation, hope has become the direction, and what was once only a promise is now a reality in progress. Walk, pray, live, rest, because you still have no idea what you carry, but very soon everyone will see it, even you. And so, my child, now that your feet are no longer rooted in fear, but steadied in revelation, I invite you to look again at the landscape around you, not with the eyes of survival, but with the gaze of inheritance. What once looked barren now holds hidden wells. What once felt like a wilderness now breathes with divine purpose. You're no longer walking through for endurance alone, you are walking with a key in your hand. There is land assigned to your name, land not marked on earthly maps, but inscribed on the scrolls of heaven. It is territory claimed through faithfulness, not fame, through obedience, not opinion. You've cried over ground others dismissed. You've wept over people others forgot. That's because I planted a seed in your soul that tied your destiny to what I deeply love. Many will try to understand you through the lens of logic, but you were not formed in logic. You were formed in longing. Long nights of longing for me, for answers, for clarity. And I responded not with noise, but with depth. I took you into the depths because shallow waters cannot sustain what I am birthing through you. You've become deep, not by choice, but by design. Now, as the tides shift and the season turns, I am placing new instructions before you, but you must understand. These are not suggestions. They are sacred invitations, invitations to live differently, to respond boldly, to handle what is holy with holy hands. I am calling you to steward your yes with intentionality. Not all open doors are yours to enter. Not every invitation is divine. Discernment will now be your compass. You cannot afford to say yes to what merely feels good. You must say yes to what carries my breath. And you will know it, not by pressure or performance, but by peace. Peace that overrides confusion. Peace that settles in the deepest part of you and does not shift with emotion or circumstance. I am making you into a gatekeeper, one who protects what flows in and out. Your voice has weight, but so does your silence. Learn when to speak and when to stay still. Not everything requires your explanation. Not everyone deserves access to what I am doing in you. There is glory in hiddenness and wisdom in silence. Do not fear the narrowing. Do not panic when your circle becomes smaller or when your name fades from the mouths of many. I am not reducing you. I am refining you. Some relationships were scaffolding, not foundation. They were never meant to last past the building phase. Let them go without resentment. And when the loneliness whispers again, when it tells you you've been left behind, I want you to answer it with memory. Remember how I found you when no one else saw. Remember how I whispered to you in the dark. Remember that the same voice that kept you sane in isolation will now guide you in expansion. You're about to walk into spaces you didn't apply for, rooms you didn't campaign to enter, not because of manipulation, but because of mantle. There is a weight of glory I've placed on you that cannot be replicated. It's not charisma, it's consecration. And those who are spiritually awake will recognize it without introduction. You will not need to strive for recognition. What I've done in you will testify. It will shift atmospheres before you even speak. It will bring clarity into confusion. It will break cycles with a single act of obedience. But you must protect your oil. You must not allow what is sacred to become casual. Do not be seduced by quick elevation. Everything accelerated without foundation eventually collapses. I'm not in a hurry, I am in eternity, and what I build lasts. You will last, not because you are flawless, but because you are rooted. Rooted in the secret place, rooted in my presence, rooted in me. Now is the time to go deeper, not wider. The temptation will come to stretch yourself thin, to chase opportunities, to be everywhere. But you were not created to be everywhere. You were created to be effective where I plant you. I will multiply your reach, but you must first master your assignment. Clarity will come as you obey, not before. I will not always explain the full path. I am not calling you to comfort, I am calling you to communion, and communion does not require answers. It requires trust, radical, unwavering trust that follows even in mystery. You've asked me, how will I know what to do next? I tell you this, when you stay near me, direction becomes natural. You will not need a map when you are holding the hand of the one who authored the way. Just keep holding my hand. Even when the road turns, the grip will guide you. I am retraining your instincts. You once reacted out of fear, out of past trauma, out of old patterns, but now I am restoring your spiritual reflexes. Your first response will no longer be panic, it will be prayer. Your first action will not be defense, it will be discernment. This is not about doing more, it's about becoming more aware. The work I now call you to begins inside, and the more you tend to the inner altar, the more my fire will rest on what you build. I do not inhabit performance, I inhabit purity, a purity that flows from being fully mine. You will begin to feel a separation, not out of rejection, but out of selection. I am calling you apart, not to isolate you, but to distinguish you. I am branding you with heaven's seal. There is a mark on you that cannot be erased by earthly circumstances. You are mine, and all of heaven knows it. So when the warfare intensifies, when the resistance rises, do not assume failure, assume proximity. The closer you draw to breakthrough, the more threatened the enemy becomes. But you are not called to fear the battle. You are called to carry the banner, and the banner over you is victory. You will begin to notice things others overlook. You will see through motives, hear beyond words, feel what is unsaid. Do not be alarmed. This is discernment. It is not a burden, it is a gift. But like all gifts, it must be stewarded with humility and prayer. Do not weaponize it. Use it to serve. Your voice is changing. Your tone will now carry authority born from compassion, not ambition. You will speak and hearts will soften, not because you are eloquent, but because you have lived the pain they are hiding. Your wounds have become wisdom. Your scars now carry strategy. There are people assigned to your voice, souls who have been waiting for someone who understands without judgment. You are not called to reach the masses with noise. You are called to reach the broken with depth, and your depth will heal what surface words cannot touch. Now make room in your schedule, in your mind, in your heart. You cannot carry new wine in old wineskins. The old structures must go, the old rhythms must shift. The life I'm calling you to requires margin, rest, and reverence. You will not be led by adrenaline, but by anointing. This means you must learn to say no, even to good things, even to urgent things. I have not called you to a life of burnout. I've called you to a life of bearing fruit that remains. That kind of fruit takes time. It takes pruning. It takes peace. Prepare your home, prepare your table. I will be sending people to you who are weary from wandering. They won't need your perfection, they'll need your presence. Make your life a safe place, not because you're flawless, but because you're filled with me. Scene script. I will give you wisdom in your finances. There will be provision not just for survival, but for vision. But it will not come through striving, it will come through strategy. Listen closely, I will give you blueprints, unusual instructions. Follow them even if they don't make sense to others. This next chapter will not resemble the former. Stop trying to replicate old patterns in new seasons. I'm doing a new thing, and it starts in you. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you move must align with what I'm releasing.